tonight, right now at 6 o'clock, we got a tornado warning that has now been extended until 6:45 as severe weather continues to move through parts of North Texas.
Earlier this afternoon, a tornado touched down near Sulphur, Oklahoma. This view from our sister station in Sherman. No reports yet of any major storm damage or injuries there. Closer to home, we are keeping you safe. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gilma Avalos.
I'm Doug Dunbar. Let's get right to our chief meteorologist, Scott Padgett, in tandem with Jeff Ray this evening to keep us up to speed. Scott?
And we've been tracking this potential tornado in northwest sides of Tarrant County over the past hour or so. First, we had the tornado warning in Parker County. Now we're seeing it here in the northwest sides of Tarrant County. So this is the area of rotation indicated by our radar. Nothing on the ground, no indications of anything on the ground, but very impressive radar signature showing up for us right now near Avondale, south and west of Hazlitt. You see near the Tinsley Lane area, Blue Mound Road as well. This is what we're seeing as the towards and away. The green and the red is showing up. So this tight rotation showing up indicated by radar right now. Denton, you have the outdoor warning sirens now sounding for you. This is to let you know about this tornado warning and this area of rotation that is in northwest sides of Tarrant County that is moving northeast very fast at 35 miles per hour. So that's why you have the outdoor warning sirens sounding for you, as now we do have that tornado warning for Denton County at the northwest sides of Tarrant County and southeast sides of Wise County. This tornado warning in effect until 6:45. So we're looking at this, we're watching this, and we've been analyzing this, but look at all of the rain with this thunderstorm, this area of rotation wrapped right now in a lot of rain. So we're seeing that. We're seeing it moving its way north and east, and that's where we have our CBS 11 storm chaser, Jason McLaughlin, right there, pretty much going to intersect this area of rotation. Jason, are you on the phone with us right now?
Yes, Scott, I am.
All right, Jason, what are you experiencing? Do you have a better visual? There's a lot of rain. I don't see a whole lot there, but have you been noticing anything as you've been looking and tracking this storm?
And Scott, as you can tell, again, there's a lot of rain falling ahead of this thing. A lot of people out on the roads kind of like they don't really know what's coming, and that's our fear. If anybody's in the path of this, you're not going to see it. I strongly advise them to take cover.
All right, and Jeff, Jason, have you been experiencing any buffeting of winds? Has it been hard to drive as you've been intersecting the storm?
You know, Scott, the real heavy rain started about 5 minutes ago. I'm trying to get in position to at least have a better road network to maneuver myself around this circulation as it comes through. But the roads, as you can tell, are ponded. There's a lot of vehicles that have been off the roadway so far, down in the shoulders, just from the heavy rainfall that is covering the roadway.
All right, so stay safe, Jason. As you know, as we know, a rain-wrapped tornado, rain-wrapped circulation, very hard to see. You saw all of the heavy rain right there showing up on Jason's shot as we're driving there in northwest sides, Denton County coming down into the northwest sides of Tarrant County as well. The assignment desk also getting reports now, if you guys want to work on this, of maybe some damage between 287 and Boat Club Road on Bonds Ranch Road. Getting reports maybe of some damage, including some large tree limbs and roofing there. So if we can have the assignment desk working on that. I've zoomed in just a bit more, showing you exactly where the rotation is right now. Here is Tinsley Lane. There's the Avondale area. There's Blue Mound Road. So not as impressive as the signature right now, but still, this is the area of the rotation. As I put this into motion over the past 15 minutes, you still can see it there just a little bit more, and we're seeing this moving off towards the north and the east. I just want to point out real quickly that we do have this tornado warning that remains in effect. This does remain in effect until 6:45. That does include northwest sides of Tarrant County, southeast sides of Wise County, and the southwest sides of Denton County. Doug and Gilma?
Okay, Scotty, thanks. Let's get to Jason Allen real quick. Denton, we have not only rain and severe weather, but sirens now going off.
Yeah, Doug. In fact, the sirens probably started here 3 or 4 minutes ago. We could kind of hear. We're at the Denton Airport, so this is on the west side of the city. We could hear them back in the city a few minutes ago, and now they've kind of started to fire up a little bit closer to us. I want to get out of the way just so you can see what the weather is like here where we are. You're looking to the south, and this was really just light, maybe moderate rain that was falling here, and just hearing some thunder off in the distance until about, I don't know, 45 seconds to a minute ago, right before we joined you, and now the rain has picked up in intensity. So the direction that you're looking right now, that would be in the direction of the storm that Scott was just talking about, in the direction of that rotation. It is kind of moving to the north and maybe to the northeast, and so if it stayed in that same vicinity, it would pass maybe not just over us, but just to the west of us. So the rain is really starting to pick up in intensity now. We can hear the sirens going off in the background, warning anybody who's outside to get inside. And as Jason McLaughlin has been mentioning, you don't really see a whole lot out here. It's very, very overcast. The rain getting heavier. You don't really see any lowering or any differences in the clouds. So we wouldn't anticipate that we would be able to see any sort of rotation that was coming. And this looks like that really on all sides and all directions that we can see right now. So sirens still going off here, and we continue to watch as the storm continues to move in this direction, Doug.
Jason, we can definitely hear them there in the background. Thank you so much for showing us your perspective. Again, this tornado warning has been extended to include parts of Denton County, Wise County. Let's send things back to our chief meteorologist, Scott Padgett, who's helping keep people safe in our area.
Thanks, Doug. Good one. Yeah, and it's in the northwest sides of Tarrant County as well. At one point, we saw this rotation that developed down in Parker County and then was moving to the northeast pretty quickly at 30 to 35 miles per hour. Crossed over the Parker County line. We spoke with Madison Sawyer, CBS 11's traffic anchor Madison Sawyer, about the outdoor warning sirens in Parker County. They then have been pretty much turned off because the threat has worked off to the north and east. So this was southwest of the Aledo area, south of 20, and we've been tracking this potential rotation now as it's moved its way into the northwest sides and continues in the northwest sides of Tarrant County. But the extended warning now in Denton County and also Wise County, because we've been tracking this for a long time and a long path pretty much, even though it's not on the ground. It's been in the upper levels for us, at times seeing a wall cloud. Now we're seeing this rotation near Tinsley Lane, near Blue Mound Road. Here's FM 718. So this is what we've been watching near the Avondale area, south and east of Avondale, and moving northeast pretty quickly at about 35 miles per hour. Getting reports now, Fort Worth Police Department, officers reporting rotating clouds, area of 287 Avondale Hazlitt Road, which is just the area that we've been circling for you, and this is moving northeast at 35. So Avondale 607, Hazlitt 612, and Justin at 624. Biggest thing with this, and we've been talking about, there's a lot of precipitation with this thunderstorm. So we're not going to be able to visually see this rotation at all because it's going to be wrapped. If we have a lowering going on, it's going to be wrapped. You see a lot of the heavy rain from our CBS 11 storm chaser, Jason McLaughlin, right now. Stopping, getting in position. That's the shot that you just saw right there. I was just circling it for it. So he's looking back down right now into this area of broad rotation, upper level rotation, that we're looking at least showing up on our radar. And this signature, not as impressive, but still is there. So we're seeing this still. And if you're looking at the reflectivity, you wouldn't be able to pick it out. So that's why we analyze and we switch on over to that velocity mode. And you can see that that's the area that we're looking at right now that has the threat of a tornado, and that's why we're seeing this tornado warning remaining in effect until 6:45. If you notice, the strongest wind path, this brighter red color where we had that signature that was a little bit more defined on the radar, this is the path of that rotation that started near Adena South. We're able to track it as it moved its way through parts of Parker County, then moved its way into west and northwest sides of Tarrant County, and now is continuing to make its way in that far northwest sides of Tarrant County. So that's what we're looking at least right now. So we're seeing that area of rotation holding together. It still is there near the Avondale west of Hazlitt. So here's the Avondale and Hazlitt area. And we have a video now of some hail showing up for us. We're going to pop this up here. Thanks so much. Terzabax, this is Aurora. So some hail showing up, looking like maybe quarter size, as I'm trying to look at that with you at least right now. But hail showing up as well with this storm. This is coming out of Aurora. Terzabax, thanks so much for sending this into us here of the hail with this storm that is dropping now in parts of North Texas. So there's some hail that is there as well. And we're seeing the BB size hail possible Avondale and Hazlitt. We do have some sirens right now going off, outdoor warning sirens. Could you repeat that for me, Christina? What? 287 and 114. Thanks so much. Wasn't able to catch that. So we do have those warning sirens as well going off. The outdoor warning sirens just letting you know what is happening as we're still tracking this tornado warning now in effect until 6:45. We have a couple of reports now of some damage that we're sending our crews to as well between 287 Boat Club Road and Bonds Ranch Road, maybe some large tree limbs and some roofing damage there. Other than that, I have not heard of any damage from this storm, which is, I guess, somewhat good news as we're tracking this severe storm and that has this tornado warning that's remaining in effect for us. So we're looking at this right now. We're still tracking it off to the northeast. Jeff, an indication to me that this might be broadening broadening out just a bit. I'm not saying it's weakening, but it's broadening out just a bit. If we go to our CBS 11 Doppler radar, that one where we're scanning just every 40 seconds or so, you're able to see, and as we're looking right now, we're able to look at it just a bit more. And Jeff, as you've been analyzing this, what have you picked up?
Yeah, you know, Scott, I do believe that the rotation is probably still very strong in the middle part of this storm, but we're seeing it kind of ebb and flow a little bit now, a little bit more down to the low side. So I don't see the rotation as nearly like it was here just 15 minutes ago. So again, like you're saying, we're not telling everybody there's not a tornado on the ground. Let's just say that Scott and I aren't as worried as we were about 15 minutes ago about this.
That's right, but it still is a concern as well, Jeff. So that's why this tornado warning is there. So sometimes we see the rotation maybe weaken just a bit more, widen out, broaden out just a bit more, and then come back together. So that's why we're still going to track this for you here on CBS 11 and make sure that you and your family remain safe. You can see that we have a lot of heavy rain right now with our Mobile 11 unit, and we're still looking at a lot of heavy rain as Mobile 11 is getting closer towards the Hazlet area as well. So that's what we're looking at as we're tracking this. Let's switch back on over to our links radar if we can. And you see that a lot of drivers are out on the roadways taking it a bit slow. There could be some ponding of the water on the roadways as well. So I want to make sure that you are safe out there. No hydroplaning. It looks like we've stopped right there, but you can see the windshield wipers definitely going as our Mobile 11 unit right now is driving through parts of Tarrant County and picking up, getting very close to the Hazlet area. So this is what we're looking at right now. And if we can switch back on over our radar product to Links 1 if possible. So you can see right there, there's Avondale, there's Hazlet, there's our storm chaser. So that view that you were just seeing right now is moving off to the north. Looks like Flower Mound sirens per the fire department. In Flower Mound, your outdoor warning sirens have also been activated. This is just letting you know, get inside, seek shelter inside. Watch us here on CBS 11 because we're going to continue to track this tornado warning that still remains in effect. Far northwest sides of Tarrant County. If you're in the southeast sides of Wise County, you are included in the warning. I'm not as concerned for you because it looks like the rotation is further south and east of that county line. But southwest sides of Denton County, getting concerned for you as well, as this is going to move northeast at 35 miles per hour. So Hazlet 6:13, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Justin 6:24. It looks like Coral City 6:30, North Lake at 6:30 as well. So we are seeing the rotation moving north and east. See how it's brighter there and now not as bright, maybe not as impressive. So that was a more impressive signature when you have the winds towards and away from the radar. Not as impressive right now to us, which indicates maybe seeing it broaden out, maybe weakening just a bit more. And that's why we're watching this and analyzing with you at home so we can let you know exactly where this is at and exactly where it is going and how fast it's going. And these storms have that history of it moving very fast. 30 to 35 miles per hour. So, Jeff, you showed the strongest winds right now. Let's show exactly some of the streets as we zoom our way in just a bit more. This is between Avondale and Hazlet. Right now, you're able to see as we zoom in just a bit more. Here's FM 718. There's Avondale Hazlet Road. Here's FM 156. There's Blue Mound Road. So, again, here's County Road 4925. Just south of John Day Road. So if you're able to get your bearings there, this is where we have maybe that weaker rotation, but still some rotation happening indicated by radar with this as it's moving its way from the southwest to the north and the east. So that's why we have this tornado warning holding on for us. Let's go back, if we can, to Jason McLaughlin's shot. I think, Jason, you might have stopped just a bit more if you're joining us now on the phone. And once he's on the phone with us, let me know, guys, that they're in the production booth. We're looking off to the west there. All right, Jason, you're there with us. It looks like you've parked. You're getting ready to maybe intercept the storm. Have you noticed anything there on the horizon?
You know, Scott, I'm just now able to see the horizon, but the good part is I can see the horizon. I don't see any signs of anything down on the ground at this time, and I do have a very good visual, as you can tell. The rainfall has weakened just a little bit, and the skies have actually cleared up just a little bit in advance of, this main area of circulation. But, we'll continue to watch it, but I do not see anything on the ground at this time.
All right. Thanks so much, Jason. Just getting word down from our production booth that UNT students are tweeting that they are in the basement. And I'm glad that they are there. That's exactly what you need to do to make sure that you are seeking shelter, going to that lowest level of your home, of your dorm, making sure that you and your family are remaining safe, getting as many walls in between you and the storm as possible. So want to point out, we do not have any indication of anything touching down, but we are still seeing this indicated by radar as well as the National Weather Service looking at this. That looked a little bit more impressive as it was getting closer to Avondale, also to the Hazlet area. This is moving northeast at 35 miles per hour, but there's a lot of rain with this storm. We have some videos showing you far northwest right now coming in for us near Eagle Mountain Lake. This is far northwest Fort Worth. Look at all the heavy rain with this storm as well. So that's why this rotation would be hard to see. So this is coming out of near the Eagle Mountain Lake area, which was warned, had their rotation very close to Eagle Mountain Lake as it was moving northeast, maybe some broad rotation, upper level rotation, but wouldn't be able to see it because of so much rain. And that's what we've been watching as we've gone through the late afternoon hours and now getting close into the evening hours for us. A lot of rain. So the strongest wind path, that's the Eagle Mountain area. That's where we were showing all that heavy rain. But look, we had some of the strongest winds go right through the area. Castle Hill Estate, the lakeside area as well, Avondale as well. So this is the path of some of the strongest winds, even though nothing has touched down. And this is what we've been continuing to watch, that area of rotation as it's working its way north and east. So that's why we said in Eagle Mountain, it'd be hard to see that area of rotation because of so much rain. And our CBS 11 storm chaser right now, our Mobile 11, is out on the roadways, and that heavy rain continues. If we can take that shot to show you that, yeah, we might have some of the strongest winds well to the north, but he's driving through a lot of heavy rain right now on the roadways, catching up to this storm that is moving very quickly. So a lot of rain's continuing to fall through parts of Denton County, the far north sides of Tarrant County. If you live in the South Lake area, the Keller area, Grapevine, you guys are okay. No worries here from the tornado warning. It's our far northwest sides of Tarrant County and the southwest sides then of Denton County. Rainfall rates maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain per hour with these storms as they're moving through parts of the Metroplex. So the rotation, as we've been looking at, it looks like it's come down a lot, Jeff, over the past maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So good news here that I'm just coming in hearing from the National Weather Service. They're going to remove Wise and Tarrant counties from the tornado warning. So as this rotation, this area of rotation is moving northeast, the tornado warning still will continue for parts of Denton County. All right, as the rotation remains high enough for the warning that is going on there. So that's coming in from the National Weather Service. So your Tarrant County, Wise County going to be taken out of the tornado warning. It still will continue for Denton County. We have some pictures, I think, coming in off of Twitter for us that we can pop up here real quick. This is Harbor One Marine, I think, Eagle Mountain Lake. So there's some damage there, it looks like, to some boat slips as well. It looks like maybe a dock. So there's some of the damage as well showing up. Some of the boat slips there, roof damage that I'm just now seeing this with you as well, coming out of the Eagle Mountain Lake area of near One Marina. So tree limbs down. So this is that rotation that moved over Eagle Mountain Lake that we showed you. And now we have some confirmation of some damage from that strong rotation that moved over Eagle Mountain Lake. So tree limbs down, some of those boat slips, some shingles peeled off, some damage there as well. Looked like one of the boat ramps is also damaged, and that's when we had that rotation that moved over the Eagle Mountain Lake. So that's why we have a tornado warning right now, and that's why the tornado warning will continue to 6:45 for Denton County, because this storm has a history of now producing some damage near Eagle Mountain Lake, and it's moving northeast pretty quickly at 35 miles per hour. The good news is right now the rotation not as impressive. Maybe it's still rotating a little bit higher up in the storm, but not as impressive showing up on our radar. Here is 114. There is 156. Again, here's Elizabethtown. The rotation, that area of rotation that's been weakening, still is a concern, is west of you. There's FM 156 south. Here's Sam Reynolds Road. So this is the area of that broader rotation, maybe that upper level rotation with this storm as this is continuing to move northeast. This is southwest of Justin. So Jason Allen now joining us, and you're live in Denton, and you're seeing, yeah, a lot of rain, but also a lot of lightning with the storm, Jason.
Yeah, and that's different from about 15 minutes ago when we joined you. It was going from just sort of light to moderate rain, and now in the last few minutes it's really picked up with some heavy lightning and with thunder. The sirens, which had started about 15 minutes ago and then wound down, you may hear them off in the background now. They continue to wind up and go. So they've been going for a good 18 to 20 minutes now. The rain kind of been on and off, heavy at times, then backing away. Not much wind with this storm, at least when it's come in so far, but there is, now you can probably really hear those sirens going. There is a lot of thunder and lightning that has happened here, and we're in the airport. Wow, that was a big bolt right back here behind us here, Russ, on the other side of the airport. So we are in the direction of that rotation. If it is still out there, it would have been heading just this way, maybe not right exactly over the airport, but maybe just off to our west. So we're kind of watching for that and seeing if any of the winds pick up or if the storm intensifies here over the next few minutes, Scott. So far, no hail or anything like that we've experienced, at least not here in the Denton area, but we're keeping an eye out for it.
All right, thanks so much, Jason. So as we're looking at the radar, I want to go ahead and take Jason McLaughlin's picture if we can. Looking at his picture here, as I was also talking with Jason Allen, it's hard to kind of tell, but you might see a little bit of lowering going on. Jason, are you still joining us there on the phone?
I am, Scott. I had quite a good lowering and some medium rotation. It wasn't very strong at the time as it came over here, right over TMS as the outdoor sirens continue to blare outside. So that has now crossed over 114 and will continue north and impact those on I-35, just north of here.
All right, thanks so much, Jason. And as we've been talking about that rotation maybe widening out just a bit for us, WeatherNet 3, if we can go and take WeatherNet 3, that's our Texas Motor Speedway camera as well. See if we can see anything on that. And you can see a lot of heavy rain there. And if you were maybe looking out of your window, trying to see the rotation, this is pretty much what you would see. It would be rain wrapped. The rotation would not be easily visible for you because of a heavy amount of precipitation with this thunderstorm. So this is what we're seeing right now from our Texas Motor Speedway camera. Jason McLaughlin right in this area. So we're still just southwest of Justin, seeing maybe a weaker rotation. This is still an area that we're very concerned about. So even though it's not showing us impressive, very impressive on the radar, it's still an area of concern because it has caused damage. That's why this tornado warning continues until 6:45. So the Justin area, the North Lake area, still, you are right in the path of where that rotation is. Coral City, west of Argyle, that's where we're seeing right now. So these are the areas of concern, but specifically Justin and North Lake. That's where we're seeing that rotation, and it's quickly moving northeast at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. So we're watching this. The tornado warning continues. Denton, downtown Denton, you're on the very north and northeast edge of the tornado warning for right now. So Jeff, if we could go ahead and track this area of rotation that's southwest of Justin and track it all the way off towards the north and the east, about 30, 35 miles per hour. So even still, the Denton area would not be to you probably maybe until about 7 o'clock if it does hold together. But in the Justin area at 6:24, the Ponder area at 6:36, Argyle at 6:35, North Lake right now. So Justin and North Lake, you are in the path of the storm. So this is what we need to look at. This is what we need to watch and continue to watch right now. Here's FM 156 South. There's Boss Range Road and Range Road, where they come together. Petty Place, it looks like. So north of that, south of Justin, here's where we have that rotation, and this is still where we are concerned. Don't have any reports of any damage coming out of the Justin area yet, out of the northwest sides of Tarrant County, but we have seen some down near the Eagle Mountain Lake area. Getting reports of a ground stop at DFW Airport for incoming traffic. So ground stop right now at DFW Airport because of the rain and these severe storms for the incoming traffic. So when we switched on over those strongest winds and we're analyzing this right now, you see that little pocket of red? That's a little bit more of a concern. That's east of FM 156 south of Justin. So these are some of the strongest winds. Here is Texas Motor Speedway. So it's north and west of Texas Motor Speedway. Here's County Road 335. There again is Jason McLaughlin's picture that we talked to him just a little bit more. So again, here's Texas Motor Speedway, FM 156 South. So just north of that. And we looked outside from our Texas Motor Speedway camera. If we can take it again, just to show you this, it'd be hard to see some of that rotation, some of that lowering. And this is kind of what we're seeing, at least right now. A lot of heavy rain from the camera that's there up on the roof at TMS. So this is what we're looking at. That's why we use our radar. We're able to switch different modes from the reflectivity to the velocity mode, to some of the strongest winds mode right here at CBS 11. So that's what we're looking at right now. You can't really see it showing up on radar at all. Sometimes you hear that classic hook signature. That's not going to show up with this at all. You just have a lot of rain, so that rotation would be rain wrapped, as you see Jason McLaughlin's picture there on the left-hand side of your screen. This is where he's at, the rotation north and west of him, as this is moving pretty quickly. So again, FM 156 just south of Justin. This is the concern concern that we're still looking at, and we'll continue to track because this tornado warning remains in effect until 6:45. Jeff Ray, what do you have?
Well, I'm just pointing out, Scott, is that it now appears that this track it's taking is almost exactly parallel to 35, as it's going into Denton. So that's where Jason is on, kind of following up towards Justin now. And again, as you were saying, it's Justin in North Lake we're most worried about right now.
Thanks so much. And just getting reports as well in our weather chat that there appeared to be a rotating wall cloud. Hard to see, again, as we've been talking about, because all of the rain. So that's one of the storm chasers that is out there. Jason said at one point he saw maybe some mid-level rotation, a little bit of lowering, really hard to see as well. But here we are now, and we're starting to see some of those stronger winds coming back up, Jeff, indicated right now, showing up just off towards the south of Justin to the west of 35, as you talked about, right near FM 156 South, just east of that. So that's where we're seeing some of the strongest winds right now. And this is where we have the potential maybe of a rotating wall cloud, maybe some mid-level rotation with this storm. So this is in the Justin area, again, North Lake as well. Coral City, for you, please be concerned. This is very close to you. County Road 317, just southeast of. If you live in that area, please seek shelter right now. West 7th Street near Justin, please seek shelter right now. This is moving to you, will be near you probably in about 3 minutes or so, 3 to 4 minutes, as this is moving northeast pretty quickly. So northwest sides of Tarrant County, if you're joining us through the remainder of the Metroplex, you might hear some rumbles of thunder. There might be some storms around for you, but this has been the biggest area of concern. So in parts of Collin County, you might hear some rumbles of thunder down near the Plano-Allen area. You're okay. Also, the Sanger area right now, you're okay. Louisville, the tornado warning is northwest of you. I know you guys activated some of the outdoor warning sirens as well, but you want to let you know you're not included in that tornado warning polygon. The Keller area, South Lake area, you guys are fine. A lot of heavy rain. Northwest side still of Tarrant County, a lot of heavy rain going on for you. But you notice there that we have the tornado warning that just now is in effect for the southwest sides there of Denton County. We have some storm pictures near Hazlet and 287. I think that's correct. Some pictures coming into us. Oh, the storm chaser. Thank you so much. Storm chaser there. Look at all that rain. I mean, just, Jeff, this is a high precipitation storm as well with this. Even though we have a tornado warning, this is a lot of rain with these storms. Yeah,
it's completely wrapped. This one we've been tracking, ever since we were in the south. So this has been coming out of Parker County. Scott, I just want to draw your attention real quick. Now, we have been concentrating, obviously, on the tornado warning that is up to the north, that is up near Justin, and Jason McLaughlin is on that, and Storm Chaser is kind of between that storm and this one. Look at this, Scott. I think this might be a high wind event that's going on around Eagle Mountain and Saginaw, and when we change over to reflectivity, you kind of see that inflow notch forming, so perhaps some rotation starting. I don't know how much of a tornado threat this is going to be, if at all, but it certainly has the ability, since it's on that southern end of this complex of thunderstorms, since it's right here on the south, it will have to keep a watch on this storm as well. This is in Tarrant County, in Saginaw and Lake Worth, and I know this is the same area. You've already seen a strong system move over, and the tornado warnings were affecting the west parts, but they've just issued now a flash flood watch for most of, not all of Tarrant County, and this has to do with this 3-hour rainfall amounts that you see. It looks pretty obvious that it's around that track of the storm we've been going around that we're seeing some very strong, some very heavy rains.
Jeff, flash flood warning for Denton and Tarrant County until 9:30 tonight. Flash flood warning in effect. We have some pictures to show you that are coming out now of 199. This is coming from the Azle News. Again, this is 199 and FM 730. I think that was correct. If I was wrong on that, producers, please let me know. Cars submerged in water. So this is coming from the Azle News, some Twitter pictures. So that's why there is this flash flood warning, because of this right there. You can see, looks like some of the frontage roads there, 730 and 199, cars surrounded by water because of a heavy rain. And that's why there now is a flash flood warning for Denton and Tarrant County until 9:30 because of so much rain that has been falling with these storms. So that's the second threat that we are dealing with, that we've been talking about. So about 2 inches of rain have already fallen with this storm. As we're estimating the 3-hour rainfall, you're able to see there about 2 inches of rain near the Azle area, northwest sides of Tarrant County. So that FM 730 199 hearing reports of some flooding, and I won't be surprised if that's the only spot. So 1.5 inches to near 2 inches of rain estimated by our radar. You see there's Jason McLaughlin's picture right now showing up as he's traveling along 35. A lot of heavy rain as well. So we've been mentioning that's been causing a problem with anybody able to see maybe a wall cloud or some rotation, but also now causing problems tonight as we are seeing a lot of the low-lying areas just not able to absorb any more rain or any more heavy rain that's been falling in a short amount of time, and that's why we have the flooding continuing. So that's what we're looking at as we're still tracking the heavy rain in northwest sides of Tarrant County and Denton County. Now this flash flood warning until 9:30. So if you know that typical low-lying spot, that maybe it's your exit off of the highway, maybe it's your exit to your neighborhood that normally floods with a little bit of rain, don't go that way. And I know I say this a lot. I know you probably get bothered with it, but turn around and don't drown. That's what you need to know. You think you might have a big truck or an SUV that can get through it. We saw some of those SUVs there surrounded by some water. So that flash flood warning in effect until 9:30 for parts of Denton. Also for parts of Tarrant. Let's go back now, if we can, to the potential tornado and really seeing it's now getting closer towards North Lake. Again, here is County Road 317. There's Florence Road. Here's County Road 334. So this is the area of rotation. Still a concern showing up on radar. Haven't really seen anything touching down for us. Haven't had any reports of that, although we did see some reports of some damage, and we showed that to you near the Eagle Mountain Lake area because of the strong winds that moved over the Eagle Mountain area. So that's what we're looking at right now. All right, Denton County Emergency Management, Jody Gonzalez, you're joining us now on the phone. Jody, thanks so much for joining us. And we're still looking at this area of rotation approaching North Lake. Any reports of anything from your spotters out there that you guys are seeing or hearing?
We do have our spotters out, and we've had them out since the warning was issued for Tarrant County, expecting that to continue into Denton County. And at this point, we have seen the same things that you guys have been reporting, is a lowering with some light rotation all through the Justin area and then coming into North Lake. So that's kind of, we're seeing the same thing, and we haven't had any damage reports to 911 at this time.
And that's great to hear of no damage reports. A lot of lightning with these storms as well. And we were just reporting, Jody, that we now have some flooding, a flash flood warning that's been issued. Have any of your reporters and your storm spotters noticed any flooding in some areas?
Yeah, some of our storm spotters have reported at least 2-inch-an-hour rainfall rates throughout the corridor, the same corridor as the tornado warning. So we are starting to see that. We haven't seen any impacts from it. But we soon will and start to see road closures and issues related to the flood warning.
All right, Jody, we appreciate you. Jody Gonzalez from the Denton County Emergency Management. Thanks so much for joining us on the phone. If you hear of anything, Jody, please get back in touch with us and let us know. I did just get reports of Texas Women's University has a shelter in place, so please seek shelter there as that area of rotation is still moving north and east. So the tornado warning does include the southwest sides of Denton, does include the Crum area. Outdoor warning sirens going off for you as well, the Ponder area. So Texas Women's University has a shelter in place. Remember, lowest level of your dorm, lowest level of your home, most interior room as possible, and put as many walls in between you and the path of this storm as possible. So again, an interior bathroom, no windows in that interior room if possible. Underneath the stairs is a good idea as well. Here's looks like Lively Road, FM 2449. It looks like that's where we have south of that, southeast of Blair Road, Strader's Road as well, just to the near North Lake. So maybe that broad rotation near the North Lake area west of 35 as this is moving north and east pretty quickly. So seeing some of it look between North Lake and Coral City. That's where we're seeing some of the rotation happening right now. Here is 35. Jason McLaughlin, if we have his picture, he's driving and this rotation getting close to him. If we can take that picture picture as well to show you what's going on. And Jason, it looks like you've stopped again. What are you noticing as you're out there? And I'm looking at your picture. Looks like able to see maybe, it looks like scud clouds to me, but maybe are we looking at a wall cloud? Are we looking at a lowering there? You have our eyes on the ground. What are you seeing?
Scott, that is some inflow that's rotating into a very broad and large area of rotation. So there's no imminent threat of a tornado at this time, in my opinion. It was quite a bit better organized around 5 minutes ago, and again, we'll continue to watch this, but that is the area of concern, and we do not have anything down at this time.